here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. How you doing? Feeling good? You should be feeling great. We're in March. We're in for an incredible stretch of weather. Yes, sunny every day this week. All the way through the weekend, we're going to be in the 40s every day. Today, it's going to be melting city. Oh, so much melting. So many puddles. We're going to be in the 40s. It's starting a little chilly still, but boy, buckle up. It's going to be fantastic. And so enjoy it. Enjoy it. Embrace this week because we had some chilly times in February, didn't we? Let's talk about this. We're talking about handshaking today. Do you remember the last time you shook someone's hand? Maybe you're someone who the whole time you've still been shaking hands or hugging, but most of us have been kind of trying to be socially distant. And early on, the CDC said, you know, maybe you're better with a fist bump because of fears, you know, just like with the flu, that you might pick it up and get the COVID on your face from your hand. So much has changed over here. Pat Kessler wrote an essay today for WCCO.com. And this moment, this is the last time he shook someone's hand. Bernie Sanders in the cities on the eve of Super Tuesday, out trying to vie for votes. Pat Kessler shook Bernie Sanders' hands. He asked first, and Bernie said, of course. Little did he know it would be the last hand that Kessler shook over the last year. Pat wrote about this on WCCO.com, and it just got us thinking about handshakes and hugs and those sorts of things. Where are you at on that as you look forward? Do you think we'll shake hands again? Is the fist bump or the elbow bump, is that here to stay? You know, to me, I look, and a lot of these things that happen are based more on how we feel about something. The science on this has evolved where the CDC has said, look,
and the reputation of your work precedes this.
You're not really getting COVID from surfaces. It's in the air. Staying distant is key. Avoiding a handshake, well, as far as it allows you to stay distant, makes sense. But otherwise, does it? I don't know. I don't think like the elbow bump or the fist bump, that's no better. It's all the same. It's about being in that bubble. But are you going to get COVID from just coming in, shaking someone's hand, and then stepping back 6 feet? Come on. Not really. That's not what the science says anyway. I'm not an epidemiologist. I'm just a reporter. But that's not what we're seeing. Will we go back? Well, I want to know your thoughts. Leave a comment on Facebook. We'll read through some of your thoughts in just a minute. More updates on vaccines. State health officials say 45,000 plus doses of the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine should arrive in Minnesota this week. It's not that many. 45,000 people will get shots, though, and they'll be done. It's a one-and-done shot, which should help boost the state numbers. Governor Tim Walz tweeted Monday that Minnesota ranks 5th in the nation when you compare how many doses we've received from the federal government to how many we've administered. You know, whatever, for whatever that's worth. There are a million different measures of how we're doing. It's never as fast as I think a lot of people who are waiting for the vaccine would think. And because of that, there are Facebook groups and websites like the Minneapolis Vaccine Hunters, who are helping all of Minnesota gain more followers. That group has started another resource called Vaccinate the Vulnerable, helping Minnesotans who are under 65 with pre-existing conditions find vaccines, often in the Dakotas. Mother in Chaska started it. She has personal experience with this struggle. Her teenage daughter has quadriplegia. After days of searching, she found a shot in North Dakota.
I was on the phone call and they said, yes, we would love to vaccinate your daughter. And I just broke down crying. And my 20-year-old was sitting there and she broke down crying. And I just said, you just have no idea how life-changing this is for us.
Yeah, it's emotional. It's emotional, right? Now, there's no guarantee that you're going to find a vaccine in the Dakotas, and even if you think you have an opening, Pam recommends calling ahead to several stores and asking ahead of time because the rules are always changing. Good earnings report this morning from Target for the fourth quarter of the pandemic. Good for Target, a sales boost of 21%. Holiday sales, shoppers spending their stimulus checks drove that. Also, Target has had tremendous success with same-day delivery And the drive-up program, have you taken advantage of that? The drive-up program, pretty big deal. Very convenient and helps you avoid buying the 7 things that you didn't think you needed, that you always seem to see when you walk the aisles of Target. In 2020, Target sales grew by $15 billion. Walmart competing with Target, and they've got this express shipping thing where they used to charge you $35 to get express delivery. And I'm sorry, no, that was your minimum order. They charge you $10 extra, and then you can get it right away. But you had to order at least $35 worth of stuff, and they said, man, we're going to get rid of that. Allows you to get your groceries, your everyday essentials, electronics, and you pay that on top of the existing delivery charge. Why someone would spend $10 to get something that costs $6? Just go to the store, people. Just go to the store. Get out of your car. They still sell you stuff the traditional way. Maybe you're not into milk. You can't have dairy. You love the oat milk. Go to Starbucks. You can get it. I mean, there's all the things, right? You get the oat milk, the soy milk, all the stuff. None of these things are milk. I once made like cashew milk and was astonished to know that it's just cashews. Not milk at all. This is vegan friendly, the oat milk. So they tested oat milk lattes at more than 1,000 cafes last year. They're going to make new drinks with it. Oatly is a very big company now. They're also selling a couple plant-based food. Chickpea bites. Ooh, who wants a chickpea bite? And an avocado protein box? Is that right? That sounds amazing. Weird. I don't know. We all, here's the thing. We're just convincing ourselves that this stuff is healthier. It's not. Lady Gaga's dog walker. Boy, this story is crazy. And we've been focused really on the dogs, right? Lady Gaga's dogs were stolen. But let's take a moment for Ryan Fisher. Here he is, brooding, in the hospital. He said he's still recovering from a gunshot wound from 2 thieves who stole Gaga's French bulldogs. Fisher says he's humbled and grateful for the outpouring of support. Dogs were safely returned last week, but, you know, this guy was shot. Detectives searching for the 2 men responsible for the attack. NFL star J.J. Watt is going to suit up for the Arizona Cardinals next season. The 31-year-old used to play for the Houston Texans, just signed a 2-year deal with the Cards. $31 million, $23 million is guaranteed. NCAA is out with its logo for the 2022 Women's Final Four in Minneapolis. You know, with all of the delays in sports and cancellations over the last year, you maybe lost sight of the fact that we've got the Women's Final Four here in 2022. New logo has a stone arch bridge at the bottom. That's the Mississippi River. Are we sure that's the Mississippi River? Could it be one of our other lakes? Could it be Lake Harriet? Could it be Bedeh-Makaska? Cedar Lake? Who's to say? Well, the NCAA, they say it's the Mississippi River. Looks like this much water to me, but the Stone Arch Bridge looks cool. Logo looks great. I don't know about you, Ryan. You get excited about like a new logo, don't you?
Love the new
Oh, gosh. I'm a big logo guy. So when you unveil a logo, we're excited for you. We're happy for you. Let's talk about handshakes. Are they coming back? Our friend Jan Hagerman. Can't wait to walk into CCO and give me a big high five. I feel the same, Jan. We miss you over here. Becca says, I don't remember the last time I shook someone's hand. I do the fist bump. I think about the hugging. Yeah, Joanne says I miss hugging. Elbow bumps are fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't care one way or the other. Elbow bump. Nikisha says I hug only those who are in my home. An air high five works well for others. Yeah. Simon, I work in the hotel industry. Most people have adapted the elbow bump. Yeah, I think the elbow bump is fine. I don't know what we're convincing ourselves that we're accomplishing. You know what I mean? Carl says never stop shaking hands. I will say, I've had a couple people reach out to shake my hand, and it's a little startling. They're like, whoa, we're doing that. Nancy, hope we go back to it. You know, I think what's going to happen is we're going to have more asking first, which I think is good. You know, I like to hug, but I certainly have hugged people before, and you take the look on their face and you're like, oh, that was not invited. Or it was a little more familiar than maybe the other person thought was coming. So I will definitely be a permission asker. Bradley says, I think we'll shake hands and hug. People are vaccinated. Yeah, I think you're right, Bradley. There is going to be that transition period. That'll be a little weird. Kevin, we'll shake hands again. You know, Kevin, I tend to agree with you on this. We'll see. But I think we exaggerate the lasting impact of some of this stuff. Yeah, we'll forget quickly. Yeah, I've been in some circumstances where you're like, oh, some people are done with this COVID precautions. I'm not there. But give me that vaccine. I'm ready to go back for sure. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, and for your insights as always. I really appreciate it. This is the morning update from CBSN Minnesota. We'll be back here again tomorrow, so enjoy the sunshine.